So here's what I realized is oh, these are all impossible. Just let me just look through them. So let's have some fun here and do some explorationing. Same one. Same one. And with the exception of the middle one, those puzzles are impossible. It is also worth noting that last time I had the turntable on, those puzzles seem to be switching around when I checked, which is very interesting. Okay. I don't know if it changes at a slow pace or doesn't change at all, but that definitely changed things. What sick fuck came up with this place in the world of the game? How is this supposed to help us reach enlightenment? Come on. Fuck you. Fuck that. Fuck that one. Why are some of the reflection ones super hard? I was always pretty good at the reflection ones. Why are you doing this to me? Okay, they are changing. So do I have to, like, pause it at a point where the puzzles are solvable? There's still, like, way more to this that I don't even know what to do about it. But let's take it one time at a time. One time at a time. First few are relaxing. That's nice. Okay. Waste my time with precious guesswork. Sorry, waste my precious time with guesswork. That makes more sense. not making great time, but we're making time. Dump it. Dump it. Dump this one. Not worth it. Alright. Fuck, this is the first one that might be tricky. Dump it. Dump it. I don't like that one. I suppose that's the benefit of, getting to reset whenever you want. It would be super annoying if I just had to power through no matter what. Isn't this supposed to be a resort where we can just get away from our troubles and relax? How is this in any way relaxing? Like, the rest of the puzzles I can at least understand. It's enrichment in the enclosure. It's satisfying to solve them, but, like, why put a clock on it? Whose idea was this? Was it you, British man? Who probably tried to murder Ashley Johnson? No, fuck you. Why do you have to turn off? Decided I don't like this music anymore. Its smug aura mocks me. Part of the game is fun. I'm having a lot of fun doing this. Awesome, we're on Mountain King already? Awesome. I'm making really good progress, so that's really exciting to hear. I haven't found a single fucking triangle puzzle. I'm having a blast not finding the puzzles that I'm supposed to find. You powered up, right? Yeah, you fucking did. So where the fuck are the triangles? Statistically, I should have found one by now. It's kind of ridiculous that I haven't. This feels like a glitch. This feels... I should have found one by now. There are multiple in the maze. I should have found one by now. I know I'm not, like, being incredibly methodical, but, like, I'm being thorough enough that I should have found one by now. This seems like an error. God damn it, there's one. Yeah, I'll just solve it really quickly. Yeah, I'm not getting it this time, guys. It's okay. You can stop the music. Can I get back in time to stop it? God, the fact that it gets super loud every time you try to run back is insane. It's fine. I sort of appreciate that, like, the fact that it's not the same every time means it's truly testing your, like, the puzzle skills and not just how well you can memorize things. But also, it makes it so, like, you know, I've gotten through as far of the game as I've gotten through as much of the game as I have. My puzzle solving skills are just, they're what they're gonna be. There's not, it's kind of hard to just suddenly improve at doing these fast. I just kind of have to be good. And spoiler alert, not that good. How is that the orange one? was the orange one supposed to get down there? Dump it. Some of those ones, they feel impossible. I know they're probably not, but like... This is supposed to be the easy part of it, and it's not easy, so fuck it. One time one of my coworkers claimed that the Legend of Korra, in the Legend of Korra show, a lot of the quote-unquote problems would be solved with a carbine. And I proceeded to ask him what he meant by that, and he said, look, if the anti-bend... Fuck it. Fuck this one. If the anti-bender crowd hated Korra so much, and the technology is in the Industrial Revolution times, they should just be able to snipe Korra with a sniper rifle. To which I had several thoughts. My logic argument brain thought to myself, why would you invent guns in a world where a substantial portion of the population can metal bend? Like, what? Is it... Do you think perhaps maybe technology evolved differently in a world like that, and so thus no one had come up with the idea for a gun because it was not, like, necessary to think, hey, let's invent a device that can shoot metal projectiles at high velocity, because people can just do that already. The human part of my brain said, hey, you know how this is a really cool kids show with a gay woman of color as the protagonist? Why is it that you started the argument by saying you could solve a lot of the show's problems with the rifle, and then proceeded, your first example was assassinating that protagonist? Why was that the first thing on your mind when you thought of, quote-unquote, solving the problems of the show? What's you got maybe a chip on your shoulder somewhere, maybe, buddy, that you should, like, maybe, like, talk to someone about, because it's a kind of fucked up chip on your shoulder to have? Maybe? I don't know. Just thinking out loud. Yeah, I didn't really like that guy. Dump it. Dump this one. It's not to the point of, I don't think I can solve this one, although some of those reflection ones I don't think I can. It's to the point of, I clearly am not going to beat it this round, so might as well not even try. Because again, if it's going to be randomized puzzles every time, I might as well work. By work, I mean give up multiple times in a row. But I might as well work to get one where, like, I just look out and the puzzles I can get early on, rather than work really hard, waste a bunch of time on one where if I just were to reset, I might be able to get it a lot quicker, and then have no time left over for the other shit. You know? It all checks out in my head. You can tell they were like, Hall of the Mountain King is too quick. We want to put more puzzles in the way, And the player shouldn't be expected to solve it in that amount of time, so we need another song before it. But hey, why don't we look up songs with Hall of the Mountain King vibes? You can tell that they had that thought. Dump it. I don't like that one. That one gave me bad vibes. It's for Ashley. I know for a fact that same coworker had like a lot of other hot takes, and by hot takes I mean objectively bad takes. I just, like, they are not coming to me at the moment, which is for the best. That is the one that will always stick out in my head of like, what's your deal, man? What are you actually about? What the hell is this? This one seems legitimately impossible. This one... That one seemed... Dump that one. Fuck that one. Like, some of them I can tell are just too hard for me to figure out quickly. Others of them, like, I won't do it because I've invested too much of my time already in this game, but part of me would like to, like, check the footage and with no time limit see if they're actually possible or not. I like that one. That one's super easy. And the ones that are just mazes, I also like those ones. Sure is interesting how it's kind of required for me to cut the two snakes off from each other in order to get all those dots. Sure seems like that one's impossible. Do it for Ashley. I don't mind people who think Avatar is better than Korra, which, if I did have a problem with that, I would be a very grumpy person, because that definitely is the prevailing opinion. I am aware of that. But I will say, I don't love the school of thought that, like, Avatar is just this flawless god tier show with no mistakes, and then Avatar is just, and then Korra is just like absolute trash and it's terrible. I feel like that gets suggested from time to time, and it's a bad take. Yeah, thought so. Not even worth it. Not even fucking worth it. But yeah, I actually like Korra more. I didn't watch either of them until college, so I didn't really have the whole childhood nostalgia thing going for you. Not that, like, nostalgia is, like, makes you super biased. I am aware that Avatar is a great show. I think maybe there's a little nostalgia bias. And I fully understand that, like, beat for beat, pound for pound, like, Avatar has less flaws. It's just like it's a more solid show. I will fully admit that. But yeah, I just feel like Korra, it has lower lows. I will very much admit that. But I also think it has higher highs. I got more emotionally invested. Maybe it's because I was closer to the age of the characters in that one. But I got way more invested in them as characters. Sorry, it's taking me a second. Nope, I don't like that one. Yeah, I got invested in the characters more. I thought look, everyone and their mother loves Azula, and I think Azula is a great character, and it's a great vocal performance. But in terms of, like, what the deal, and I suppose if you count Zuko as a villain for the first couple seasons, he is a very interesting villain, but he's not, but, you know, by the end of it, he's not really a villain, so, you know, can you count that? I think what Korra does with its villains is way more fascinating than what Avatar does with its villains. You can tell, like, each villain has a clear thesis statement. Whereas, like, I don't know, General Zhao, honestly, closest Avatar villain to having, like, a firm thesis statement of, like, I get what this guy is about. He is... hang on, now I gotta focus. He's a dirty, rotten cheater, but he's also, like, gotta get that promotion, man. Gotta prove that I'm the big bad boy in town. Like, he's clearly trying to prove something, and, like, guys, he said he's like, he gets to say I'm the Moonslayer, and he's like, he's not bragging. That's like an actual thing that he accomplished. I can't be mad at that. Fuck that one. Like, Ozai is like... Ozai and Azula both are, like, fun to watch. But they're just kind of evil. That's kind of all there is to... okay, I don't want to undersell... The parental trauma and being raised in a society that teaches you to be, like, ruthless to other people. Like, yeah, I'm not saying Azula is a simple character, but in terms of, like, motivation, she's kind of simple. There's not to say she's a weak or bad character, but in terms of motivation, she's a simple character. And the villains of Korra are, like, what? There's a lot going on there. Sometimes too much. I'll even admit that. Sometimes there's too much going on with Korra's villains. Just dump it. I don't care. But, like, the idea that each season builds on a different aspect of, like, trying to, like, maintain and address the ills of society, and how, basically, Korra is about how extremism in any form will often cause more harm than good. And regardless of whether or not you believe that, I think that's a very fascinating stance for your kids show to take. And also, I think it explores a lot of different philosophies and explores how extremism, and like each of them, you know, you got you know, the anti-bender people in season 1, and you see okay, every time I see Tetris I gotta like, brain has to go blank just to understand what I'm looking at. What the? That's okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I fucked that one. That one was mine. Once I like plotted it, it told me it was wrong, and then I actually looked at the shape I made. I was like, yeah, that's fair. Season 2 shows you what goes wrong with extremism in terms of just an extreme amount of writers all trying to figure out what they want to say, and not really getting anywhere with it. And then season 3 is like extremism of anarchy, and then season 4 is extremism of fascism. And the idea that, particularly in seasons 3 and 4, you have a lot of characters being like, okay, the villains, like, the things they're accomplishing are not, like, what they stand for is not inherently evil, except they're taking it way too far to the point that it becomes evil. And yeah, I just find that fascinating. Like, I don't know. It's impressive and kind of scary, but scary, and I think an educational you can learn from this way. That, like, yeah, in season 4, the villain is a straight-up fascist. And, like, half of the good guys are actively working for her for the majority of the season. And you're watching it, it's like, yeah, I understand why people would work for her. I understand, like, where... I think okay, I got it. There's a fine line between condoning and, like, or being okay with certain, like, political theories, and also understanding, yeah, that's why people sometimes believe in this, because it offers a sense of security, it offers a sense of identity. Like, you can understand where people are coming from even when they're wrong, and that's what I think makes Kuvira such a good bad guy. So, yeah, and I just think that's really neat. Okay, let's see what the fuck is happening in here. There's one. Hey! Okay, can I leave now? I'm not even gonna look at that one. I'm gonna see if that solves my problems. Fuck you. This seems to have done nothing. So I do have to solve multiple things in the maze? Is that what you're telling me? Not even on Mountain King yet, so, like, A, I should kind of take my time, but also B, I'm stressed out that I, you know, did such a good job, and now I have no idea what the fuck to do. Fuck you. So do I have to solve the first one again, or do I have to go back and solve the the squares again? I don't know. Right, you're not the same anymore. Of course not. Why would you be? Fuck off. Dump it. Alright, I solved a triangle puzzle, and it didn't do anything. So I guess I have to solve multiple triangle puzzles as the key. Which sucks!